What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Jack Ramsays post-game show. Danny Marang, Brandon Sprague, my hiccups. It's going to be a fun one tonight. Blazers lose to the Lakers 99-94. Brandon Sprague gets hit with an unbelievably bad beat or good beat, depending on which side you're looking at it from. From the entertainment side, fantastic content for everybody who was watching in the watch party. For the actual money side of things, well, it's you play to win the game. And
they do not give you winnings in gambling by coming close, Daniel. That's not how it fucking works. My only obscenity. I'll stop. I'm done. I'm sorry. I had to get that out one last time. He
was very sideways about that particular final possession that didn't matter to anybody except to somebody who had money on the game.
Oh, no, that's a lie. That's a flat out lie. It was important to me. Yes.
Okay. I said it didn't matter to anybody except somebody who had money on the game.
But that's a lie. It was important to me. You're right. It obviously was important to Anfernee Simons to get that last foul with 0.9 seconds left.
I don't know what's more ridiculous right now, my hiccups or your actual real fake frustration.
My real fake?
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was fake.
Oh, I know. But it's like
$4.
You're kind of like, it's not that big a deal, but I know that it's actually crushing you right now.
It's eating my spirit alive. I bet on 4 things to happen in that game, and I bet them together. I bet them separately. Mm-hmm. That's called a 4-leg parlay, folks. And I hit 3 of the 4, was about to hit the 4th. Anfernee Simons. First of all, he cost me $4. That's $4, right? Like, that's a coffee. Yeah, you can look at that how you want. That's a coffee. For a lot of us, coffee makes us happy. Mm-hmm. It was the 3.5 point spread.
Hey, you want to know what though? You know what tonight means? They lost, Brandon. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna sim the lottery, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's do it.
I don't know why this always wants to do this with the weird screen thing. It's just like I don't know. It gets like
hey, hold on. Before you do it, can you hold on 1 second?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wait for Brandon Sprague here right now. Maybe he's bringing in some party poppers. I will say this. The Portland Trailblazers are now 10 games below 500. 10 games below 500. You good now?
Okay. Tell me when you're about to. Have you spun it yet?
I have not spun it yet.
Okay. Are you ready to spin it? Because I'm going to give you. I'll give you the action. You'll know when to spin this, okay?
Okay, you tell me when to spin.
But you're ready to do it?
I'm hovering over it right now. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're spinning the wheel, and the Portland Trailblazers move up 5 spots to 4th overall. That's back-to-back losses where the Blazers have done well in the lottery. The lottery odds are improving in our favor. That's not what it means, but it makes us feel better here. That's what we like to do, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of feeling better, feel better by clicking the subscribe button on the Jack Ramsays YouTube page. It's free. You'll feel better about it. You might not feel better about it. I'll feel better about it. Brandon will feel better about it. It helps us out. It helps us grow the show. It's free, and if you want to spend money, you can become a member of the Jack Ramsays channel, and you can become on the watch party and watch Brandon melt down.
Guys, if you really want to make me happy, you know, that membership would almost get me back to what I bet tonight. That would rate, review, subscribe. Please pass it along to friends. The growth's been great. We've had a great time this season. I didn't know we would start doing a podcast and then eat a shit sandwich immediately. I didn't know those things would align. But
when I hit you up, I was like, this could be fun this year. This could be interesting.
You're right. They'll probably make a trade, but they'll be like a 6 or 5 seed. And boom, right in our faces. But you guys have made this worth it. The community is great. The live watch parties are fun. And so please just keep following along. It's a lot of fun.
We're not going to get too deep into this game. We will touch on it a little bit here real quick. Here's your quick recap. Portland Trailblazers come out and don't do a damn thing. They limped out of the gate. This was very strong. Dog days. Dude's about to get traded. Bad vibes. Nobody cares kind of basketball that is snowballed throughout this trip. We talked about it in the pregame show. Houston was not a good game. Chicago was a bad game. OKC was a really bad game. And, well, you've got your shit sandwich in Game 4. They go 1-3 on the road trip. I thought they looked the worst tonight.
I disagree with that.
You think it was worse than OKC?
Yeah, because at least tonight, it was a bad start. You're dead on with that. They at least came back. Norm gave a damn. Norm had a great night.
Norm always gives a damn. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know. But like when Norm can get it going, it feels like it's just so much more impactful and good for him. I thought Trendon, his stat line says 6 and 6. But if you watch the game, you could feel his impact. And Trendon Watford, I talked about this in the live watch party, and I'll share it with people that weren't there. If you're just talking about the basketball side of this team, not Neil, Dame surgery, like that kind of stuff, just basketball, you have to acknowledge Trendon Watford's been the third best thing about this season, right? It's been Ant by a lot.
We joked about this, and I think you might be right.
No, dude, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I think I am right. It was Nas. I'll give Nas his props. I know he's out for the year, but like he showed us a lot this year, right? We feel good about Nas. And you point me in the direction of anybody else more worthy than Trendon Watford, who was a guy that I didn't even think legitimately would play. And Danny, when he gets his minutes, he's like productive. He's got effort. He's around on defense. Like he gives a damn when he plays defense. I think Trendon Watford's been the third best thing basketball wise
about this
of
season.
This team. Yes.
Man.
Am I wrong?
I don't
Who would you point to?
I don't think so.
You wouldn't point to anybody else, right? Nurk's been way too up and down. CJ's been hurt and not great.
Among other things.
Norm's been
the most steady guy there is outside of his injuries.
Yeah, but like I think we kind of expected Norm to be steady.
Norm that's why you sign Norm, is because he's a steadying presence.
Yes. I want him back. I hope that they keep Trendon Watford. I
think they'll convert his deal.
I would assume they would, right? But like I don't know. I'll see what they can build around with Dame. I'm not saying he's going to be like your top 7 dude, but as like a ninth-ish guy, I'm not mad about it because most teams, you want to be 8 deep. If you're 9, that's cool in the regular season, but like in playoffs, they're going to cut that. But like if Watford's getting some decent minutes, I'm okay with that.
So you look at everybody tonight. Cove 0 for 8, CJ 5 of 17, Nurk 7 of 15, Ant 7 of 18. I think CJ started 1 for 5 and Ant 0 for 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how that played out. Ant rebounded relatively well after 0 for 4 start, went 7 of 14. Had 2 heaves there at the end, but he also had 2 drives at the end that I really liked. But Powell's carrying the banner tonight, also for a team that has lost 3 straight games and went 1-3 on a road trip. Norm played 41 minutes tonight.
Yes, he did.
41 minutes.
Do you remember that game he came back and he got like 6 shots? Norm
got 20 tonight.
Norman Powell got 20 shots tonight. Norman Powell was
get him up before he leaves, baby.
He was going in. Ben McLemore, not so much.
He was 1 for 9. He played 17 minutes and got 9 shots up. He was getting shots up. He airballed 2 at least. I think 3.
Yeah.
He had a rough night. But
this might have been his worst night as a Blazer.
Hands down, it was.
I mean, 0 for 5 for 3, like 3 air balls and 1 for 9.
It was not good.
Not great.
Conflicting with everything here is the Lakers are a disaster. The OKC Portland game was a train wreck of just bad basketball. This was worse. This was worse basketball by leaps and bounds. Brandon, you know this. I go back and I watch every game. I am not rewatching this game. I refuse to rewatch this game.
Yeah, I mean, like my thing on rewatching, I'll watch like big games. And look, this is the difference between you and me. You love this like on a level where you'll watch the same game 4 times.
Because I'm a masochist.
Well, I have no interest in coaching, so like that's where we differ, right? but You didn't need to rewatch Houston. You didn't need to rewatch Oklahoma City. Like, you know, those are the kind of games you legitimately don't learn anything from those games. Just skip them, move on, and go to games like tonight.
Not even coming close to touching this. All good says Norm must have seen what Trent's been doing. Yep, Gary's been on a heater for the last 5 games, that's for sure. Yep. It's be interesting to see if that turns into something or if he's just on a winter heater. Like that's some guys just get on one and they roll.
He's an 18-point night a guy. Like he's gonna have stretches like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Other than that, tonight I thought CJ was mostly a disaster. I thought Nurk, after a couple touches where he physically abused Anthony Davis, just made bad decisions, particularly in the second half. A pile of those. He played 36 minutes. How he is getting these minutes up there is quite surprising. I will say that it's been impressive. He hasn't been able to do that.
Has he done that ever as a Blazer, by the way? Sorry to interrupt you, but I don't think he's done this ever, right?
No. He's playing more consistent minutes than he ever has, and effective minutes. And I think a big part of that is just keeping him close to the rim almost entirely.
52% from the free throw line. I mean, I joke about that last foul. You effed me with free throws, Portland. Like, you shot 52% from the free throw line. What are you, Shaq?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Doug Evans says, what was Nurk's percentage tonight around the rim? I can take a look at it. At his shot chart. Let me take a look. Stats. Just doing rough math here. He hit 2 of 3 from 3, right? Yeah. So he was 5 of 12 on twos. Not great, Bob. Let's take a look. Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic. So he missed all of his shots that he missed outside of that 3 in the corner. He missed 1, 2, 3. So at the rim, he was 4 for 8.
4 for 8? Damn.
So not good. It's, again, small sample size stuff, but overall in the season, that's just kind of where he struggled. Yeah, All Good says, when are you guys going to talk about the barbecue? All those smoked lamps they were cooking up tonight. That's where I was getting. That was where I was going to get to before I kind of derailed there.
Danny, they shot 35% tonight.
I mean, the Lakers didn't help. AD smoked 4 lamps in the fourth quarter. It was just abysmal basketball, and it was so hard to watch, man.
It was awful.
Here's the thing. If you thought this was bad, if they roll this out there on Friday, it'll be the worst loss of the season because the Bucks are going to come in here and raffle strump them.
Bro, the Bucks they're not joking. Like, the Bucks are not going to be the team that goes, oh yeah, we saw Brooklyn come here and we'll do the same thing. Nah, the Bucks are on a mission. They are, I believe, a game or a game and a half out of first. They're in the 5 seed or something. Like,
they made a run.
Yes,
recently.
But the East is actually kind of insane. Like,
yeah, they're all tied up. So from Cleveland to Chicago, they are separated by 2 games from 1 to 5.
Yes,
and it's all in the loss column.
And Milwaukee's a game back?
Yeah, Milwaukee's a game and a half back. So Chicago's first, Miami's a game back, Philly's a game and a half, Milwaukee's a game and a half, Cleveland's 2 games back.
Yeah, this is a game, Danny, where Milwaukee comes in, and I'm sure Portland has like a nice little start to the first quarter like they normally do at home. Mm-hmm. Milwaukee's going to look to bury this game.
It's the first game back, too.
Oh, that's true. And their last first game back did not go well.
Housed.
This could get ugly. This could get real ugly.
Am I reading too much into this? Has this road trip been basically just trade somebody already? Is that the vibe you're getting?
Well, first of all, I think you contrast it to the last road trip. It's drastically different, is it not? I mean, that was a team that was like, hey, we can still do this, and then they came out and were like, blow us up. It has a lot of those vibes. CJ, Nurk, Powell, like, I'm not saying that those guys are going on the court not trying and not caring. They are. Some of these nights have not gone well for them. There's no doubt. I think a lot of it does have to do with this looming. Like, it's looming over this franchise. It has for 2 years now. And I'll say it was looming at the start of the season. It's why I think they started the way that they did. It wasn't just we don't know how to play. It was this. It was you could feel this stuff, right? Like, what indication would Dame have had to come out and say that prior to the start of their season than to just felt it? So to me, this trip was very indicative of a franchise waiting and guys waiting to say, hey, like, I know I'm getting moved. Move me. Get this done with. It's over.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the things that everybody's pointing out. Yes, OKC is Friday. I'm sorry. The Bucks is Saturday. I'm getting all my dates mixed up.
You confused me. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought the Bucks were Saturday.
Yeah, no. I have too many. I thought today in my head was Thursday.
You should just stick with me. I've been right on the schedule all year for some reason. I thought you would kill me in that, and it's been the opposite.
The more I cover this team, the more I get the schedule confused. It's kind of terrifying. It's weird. The Blazers haven't played the Bucks obviously yet this season because they play them twice in the span of a week. So they play them before the trade deadline, and then after the trade deadline, they play them on Valentine's. Which, yeah, we have to work. We have a show Valentine's night.
I mean, it's our podcast. Like, we legitimately can do a podcast when we want to do a podcast.
I'm just saying, pre and post.
Fred Durst once told me, you do it all for the...
Fair. CJ mutiny happening. I don't think we've reached that point yet. I don't think it's ever going to reach that point because I think there's something that's going to happen before then. So I think
CJ's too classy to let that happen.
Yeah, and I like that's one of the things. Like, you're watching right now the Nets. James Harden in the postgame comments. They asked about a team meeting. He said, "We've done enough talking."
Do you think? Well, do you think he would ask for a trade? Is that crazy to throw out there?
No, there's no reason to. Why force what's going to happen in 4 months? Wait out 4 months.
You legitimately are starting to hate playing for this team.
That's fine. That's fine. But if you do that, you're going to take assets away from the team you're going to, and you're going to put yourself in a worse position. You're going to Carmelo Anthony yourself. Instead of just waiting 4 more months and being a grown-ass man, you're gutting your team because you're an idiot and you're greedy and you're selfish. Like, I mean, if you want to go down that road, that's fine. But absolutely, it's
you could. You're probably not wrong, man. I hated the way he left Houston. Everything you just described to also describes another teammate of his, so he's kind of dealing with it too, you know.
Which is why I'm like, right, like whatever you want to do. I guess at this point, like, you went there because you wanted to win. You wanted to play with your boys.
I'm enjoying watching this happen to them.
The soap opera has been fantastic.
I just, if I could tell. Well,
KD and Harden, they were playing. They were going along just fine. KD goes down, and as great as KD is, and he is great, Kyrie and Harden is a disaster. And it's not fantastic.
Good. It's a worse version of Russ. It's like Russ in him. You know, like there's an element where
it's oil and water. It's toxic.
It's very different, yeah.
So, speaking of toxic, the Portland Trailblazers, no. They are 10 games below 500, Brandon.
Yeah.
21-31.
I don't think they're going to hit my over.
52 games in. How many games did they win on the season? 30 games remaining.
I think they win 11 more.
32 wins.
Yep. That would have been 13 below my season pick.
Wow.
Where do you think 32 gets you if we're playing the draft game? Is that top 5 odds?
You're running up against it, I think.
I think if you can get 5-6, you're still good. You gotta get below 7.
I think that's 7, probably.
See, you gotta do what you can to get in front of that, though.
Listen, and that's what kind of I prefaced it as in the tweet that I threw out tonight. Decisions. Mm-hmm. 10 games below 500, 4 days before the trade deadline. 4 games, I should say, not 4 days. They've got to figure it out, Brandon.
Yeah. And I think we know there's a trade coming. It's just
how significant is it going to be?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to let us ramble because, 1, it's really late for Brandon. He's got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. 2, we have a live show tomorrow that we can discuss more and more and more. So
live show at 5.
Live show at 5 tomorrow afternoon. We will catch you guys all there. Like, rate, review, subscribe, help us grow the show. Subscribe to the channel if you're watching here on YouTube live, or if you're watching on the playback, please subscribe. Again, help us grow. That's kind of how this whole thing works. I will post this up on the stream here in just a little bit for the podcast folks. And again, we will be live tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. We will take your questions. We will address all of the stuff and kind of go through it line by line and spend a lot more time on it when Brandon doesn't feel like he's going to die.
I'm not to that point. My eyes are closing like as
I know. And that's why I was like, okay, we're wrapping it up now, ladies and gentlemen. So you can find us on social media at Jack Ramsays, at Danny Marang, at Brandon Sprague. You can email the show, jackramsays@gmail.com. Until tomorrow afternoon, guys.
Live show
tomorrow, 5. Be there, be square, whatever. Come hang out. Come prepared with your questions. That's the time for us to take all of your questions. That's when it'll happen.